Resources versus resourcefulness. We all deal with limited resources. I hear this all the time. Diminished resources, doing more with less. Less time, money, supplies, people. But these limited resources might be the very thing that inspire creativity. Hi, Bryan McWhorter here. I want to talk about the difference between resources and resourcefulness. Before I dive into it, let's look at a case study. Have you ever heard of the name Samuel Pierpont Langley? Simon Sinek writes about him in his book, Begin With Why. And he tells a very interesting story. Samuel Pierpont Langley was the front runner for discovering powered manned flight. He had all the resources he needed. He is a very intelligent individual. He had connections with Harvard and lots of professors. He was backed by the U.S. government. They'd given him a $50,000 grant. So he had pretty much unlimited supplies and people to accomplish this. He was followed around by the newspapers, and everything he did seemed to end up in the news. But we all know the rest of the story. Two bicycle repairmen at the end of their day would take parts out and work on their airplane. And when it had crashed enough that they ran out of parts, that meant it was time to stop for dinner. After they had their successful flight at Kitty Hawk, and by the way, that day when they had that successful flight, there were no newspapers there. There was no one there, no fanfare. Everyone heard about it afterwards. But you would think that Samuel Langley would have joined in with them, if he was really motivated by helping achieve powered manned flight. But he wasn't. He was motivated by fame and glory. Once they had done that, he dropped it. He went on to other pursuits, just gave it up. Resources versus resourcefulness. I'll take resourcefulness. Don't get me wrong, if someone were to hand me $1 million, I'd probably take it. But the point is, when we don't have the resources, that's when we tap into our true creativity and seem to accomplish the impossible. When we're talking about resources, we're talking about things that we have a finite amount of. Time, money, people, experience and knowledge, supplies. But when we're talking resourcefulness, man, our only limitation is our imagination. When we're talking about resourcefulness, we're talking about creativity, determination, love and passion, resolve. This is another reason why you want to treat your customers, employees, and suppliers really good, because you're all part of a symbiotic relationship. Your suppliers are your business partners, your employees are your team, and your family or your customers are who you serve. If the relationship is beneficial for all three, then resourcefulness will abound. But any business decision that hurts one of them, the others are going to look at, if they mistreat their employees or will deceive them, then me as a customer, they'll probably also deceive, or as a supplier. Again, the golden rule still reigns. If they screw over and cheat one group, they'll do it to the other groups. Remember that. Resources versus resourcefulness. Again, it's nice to have the resources, but you're never going to have enough. Resourcefulness is where genius and creativity lie. Till next time, Bryan McWhorter.